Welcome back to the Players Corner, episode 3. I'm Nick Spiliopoulos. With me, as always, Kevin Fitzgerald and Will Hammer. But this time we have our first ever guest grad transfer from Colgate University, Jared Cockrell. Jared, welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, you got most of it there. Grad transfer from Colgate. Just getting settled into Minnesota. I've been out a couple times growing up. I came to the Minnesota hockey camps up in Brainerd, so I'm a little familiar with it. But so back out here for real this time, and I'm really enjoying it.
So that's where I call home is Brainerd. So I'm used to a lot of hockey players coming up in the summer for camps and whatnot. Yep. But I guess we'll give the floor to the main guys. What can you tell us, Kevin and Will, about Jared?
Kevin, do you want to start?
You start. You go ahead.
Well, as most you know, Jared has graduate transfer, so we met him earlier in the summer, and he came in August, a little before August 1st, like the rest of the guys. So it's been fun getting to know Jared a little bit. He's kind of an older guy, maybe the oldest on the team. Cannot confirm, but it could be up there. So he brings a little bit of experience to the team, which is nice. He lives on the floor above us. So right now, me and Kev are on the second floor, and Jared and Seamus Donahue, also known as Moose, lives on the top floor. But I just have a couple questions for you, Jared, just for everybody to get to know your personality a little bit.
Wow, yeah.
And I just want to know, out of you and Seamus, who's the better cook?
I mean, that's not even it's nothing in dispute there. I'm the chef of the kitchen. Sometimes I'll let him come in, be a little sous chef for me, but there's just no arguments there. I'm the guy.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm kind of the chef on my floor too. I guess I'm the guy. It is my kitchen.
Wow.
Can you give us a little bit of a backstory of why your roommate is called Moose? I don't know if you want to take us through that.
Yeah. It was like maybe day 2, day 3 of us hanging out. We're still kind of getting to know each other, and went on a date out to Noodles. My first time at Noodles, and they took his name down for his order, and then later when we were eating, I looked at his receipt, and instead of Seamus, it was spelled out CEA space Moose for name of Sea Moose. So ever since then, I was loving that. I started with Sea Moose, and then it's slowly transitioned to just Moose, and I think it's gonna stick. I think he liked it, the boys like it, so it's been good.
Yeah, whenever Moose makes a good player stuff, when we give him the hands up here, Moose.
Yeah.
So.
Moose.
And I guess I just got one last question for you. In your opinion, who do you think is the second best looking guy on the hockey team? We took a vote before the podcast, and it was confirmed that you are the best looking guy on the team. So who is coming up runner up on the team?
Wow, I can make a lot of enemies, a lot of friends right now. I don't think this guy gets enough credit, but I think he's a good-looking guy. Some guys call him wide eyes, but I think Joey Lamoureux is a good-looking kid. And, you can argue with me, but I think he's right there in the running.
I think that's a great pick. That's what I was going to say. Whitey, he's a good-looking guy, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
He's got a great beard to hair combo. Some people just have beard combo, but he has good beard to hair combo, Kevin.
He does.
Kevin, you got anything?
No, I thought that was good, Will. Jerry, really good guy, really good hockey player. Really excited to see what he brings to the Huskies this year. He's already brought a lot off the ice and on the ice too in our practices. So really excited.
Now the important question is, Kevin, can Jared play pickleball, or does he play it well? It's time for the weekly pickleball and now karate update from you, Fitzy.
Yeah. Well, pickleball wise, Jared, he's a good player. He's got a great forehand. Jared, you used to play tennis?
Yeah, no, I have a bit of a tennis background. I think I strike the ball okay. I think my weakest part of my game is my mental game. So that's something to work on. But.
Yeah, Jared's he's good for a couple freakouts a game. Not unlike myself. But Jared, he kind of slides anywhere in that 3 to 5 rankings. I think 1, 2 is pretty solid, not a big deal. And I think anywhere from that 3 to 5, Moose is firmly at 6 still. So, good forehand. Good teammate too. Just don't be
Great
so hard on
guy.
yourself, Jerry. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I know. I think we got to give Moose some more credit too. He's on the rise.
He is,
Really
yeah.
is.
I think he has surpassed the dead squirrel with a racket. So I think Moose
Yeah.
is firmly in 6th this time.
True.
I agree.
Kevin, what about your karate? You got one tonight, I'm pretty sure.
Friday night, 5:40 at National Karate at St. Cloud, Minnesota. Be there or be square.
Is David gonna make his famous shake again, or is he kind of done with that?
Oh my God! I sent a Snapchat in our group chat. He's begging to puke. He made another smoothie today.
No, he didn't.
It's like clockwork. I bet about 5:35, 5:40. I'm gonna be calling Will. Hey man, can you pick David up from karate? He's puking in the bathroom again.
You know what? If I get that call this time, we're leaving him there. We're teaching him a lesson. He's got to ride it out.
I want him to be doing heel kicks with a full stomach.
And what are we going for tonight, Kev? The white belt potential to secure the bag tonight?
I mean, I hope so. 2 classes for the white belt. I mean, the only thing I got going against me, 30-minute classes. So there's only so much sucking up I can do to the sensei in those 30 minutes to get that white belt. So we'll see what happens.
Maybe after today's lesson, I'll record, what you learned today, and we can show it next week.
Yeah, I like that. Will, maybe you can come get some action shots.
I'm more of a father guy. Yeah, I'll sit on the sidelines, bring my camera.
Content we would love to see here on the Players Corner, brought to you by the SCSU Huskies app. You can find that on the Google Play, Android, and Apple stores. Everyone should check it out. Just got to make sure we plug our sponsor here. But, guys, we're going to get into it now. Will, you've kind of grown up around this area, so you might have the best knowledge of it. Fitzy, you've been here for a couple of years, and Jared, you're brand new. What are some of your favorite things to do around St. Cloud? Will, I guess we can start with you since you've been here the longest.
Yeah, well, this might sound like an old person thing to say, but I like taking walks and bike rides kind of around Munsinger and a few of the parks around. So I like doing that. But other than that, I like going to the restaurants. I like going to Granite City in the summer. I like going to some of the local breweries with my family. And definitely like getting out to the lakes around here. So that's kind of what I do with my off time. And I do a lot more of that in the summer when we have more free time.
Fitzy, how about you?
Oh, no, go ahead, Fitz.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I really like St. Cloud. They got a great pizza ranch over there in Division. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, kind of like what Will said about the lake life here in Minnesota. It's pretty cool. Being from Chicago, normally like cabins or lake houses are normally in like Wisconsin or Michigan, located on Lake Michigan. But it's cool. I like the smaller lakes around here. I also noticed something odd. Like everything is a lake. Like I spilled my water outside earlier, and there's a guy came by. Oh, lake. Like I don't know what the deal is with that. Like I'm just saying. As in from an outside perspective.
That's the wrong state. That's Wisconsin that does that.
Have
Wisconsin
you
will
seen
call a
Lake
puddle a
George?
lake.
But Lake George is Pond George to me. But no, I love St. Cloud. Like Will said, a lot of the restaurants love going to, and love hanging out with the guys here too.
Yeah,
Jared, what's your favorite thing so far?
I'm a lake guy too. That's an easy one for me. I mean, most of the time, where I am in Minnie, it feels a lot like Maine. So I feel right at home when I'm out on the lake. So that's easy for me. But the biggest thing for me, like at Colgate, we had a McDonald's and a Dunkin', and that was it. Such a small little town that I was in. So being here, like where there's real stores, and if you need something, you don't have to drive 45 minutes to the closest Walmart. Like that's huge for me. And of course, there's Chipotle right down the road. I've been capitalizing on that ever since I've been here. So.
Yeah, I think that's the same for me. Is just you come to St. Cloud and there's more options than what I grew up with. I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends from back home, they love Chick-fil-A. And whenever we were remotely close to St. Cloud, we had to stop at Chick-fil-A because it's something we didn't have. I don't know, just having it for so long now, I could go without it. I don't think it's the best thing in the world. But for some of those people back home, like they still they'll drive hours to get Chick-fil-A. But, kind of switching some topics, this is something that you guys can all elaborate on. And, when you're on the road, when you're traveling, you need something to watch. What are we turning to?
You go first, Willie.
Yeah. I guess for me, my go-to when I don't have anything or when I don't have a show is Scrubs. It's kind of an old medical show, and I think it's hilarious. So I'll rewatch episodes over and over and over. I've probably seen every episode like 7 times, but it's kind of my thing to go to. It gives me a good laugh, kind of stay light on my feet. So that's kind of my go-to show.
Jerry, what do you think?
I mean, I gotta say Office. I think that's just the default answer for everyone. You could just never go wrong with some Michael Scott. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess it changes. I really get wrapped up into shows. I think the last like 3 seasons on the road, I've been watching 3 Hawk seasons. I've been watching Mad Men. It's really long episodes, so it eats up some good time on the bus. So
Yeah, I'm with you with Office there. I think that's kind of like everybody loves that show. But yeah, kind of bounce around a little bit. I like let's see, was there New Girl? It's a good show. Another one that I like this one when we're flying, because I'm kind of a nervous flyer, as will tell you. So I like watching Trailer Park Boys because it kind of gets my mind off of being way too high in the air. Nobody should be that high in the air. But yeah, Trailer Park Boys.
I think the easy answer, the default answer is always The Office. But if Friends was still on Netflix, I think that would probably be a close second. I know sometimes I'll get a lot of flack for, liking Friends and their so-called reliance on the laugh track. But, I mean, that's what a 90s sitcom was. So I'll defend Friends, but I love The Office. And, Jared, it made me think of a question. You're kind of new to this team, still meeting a lot of the guys. But if you had to pick a Michael Scott, who is Michael Scott of your team?
Oh, that's tough. It's really tough. I mean, it's got to be someone who has their life together a little bit, but just on the brink of losing it. It's so tough. It might be 50. I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you just the humor you bring to my daily life is good, and it's Michael Scott-esque with your stories and what you bring to the stories you bring into this house are uncomparable to anyone I've ever met. So
I'm gonna take that as a hard insult, but when you said someone that has their life together a little bit but is hanging on by a string, that just made me think of Brady Zemer. Like that hair, like everything about him, that just made me think of him.
Yeah, I thought that was good. I would have to go with Jared. I think you would be my Michael Scott.
Wow.
I feel like he's kind of random, sometimes loud a little bit, a little all over the place. I feel like that's Kev. Like, he just brings the humor, brings the energy.
Yeah.
He's the lead man, though, Kev. He's the boss, so that should not be an insult.
The guy's an idiot.
Kev, no one called you an idiot here.
Indirectly.
Well, tonight we're filming on a Monday afternoon, so we still got 2 more games in the NFL season. But boys, how are our fantasy teams looking so far? Mine's not doing too bad. I think I'm set to win both of them tonight. I've got a steady lead in one of my leagues, and all they have left is their kicker. So I'm for sure guaranteed one, and I'm hoping to get 2 this week. Guys, how about you?
Yeah, we're not doing too well. I think I came in a little over the top of my confidence for our team for this year. We do have a good team, just nobody performed. I'm trying to think. Le'Veon Bell, not a good performance. Dak, good performance. Austin Eckler, not a great performance. But who knows? Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry can get 133 points tonight, then we will win. But if not, we are going to lose by a lot. We played a team who put up a lot of points.
Nick, I couldn't even tell you how our team's doing because Kevin hasn't added me as a second owner yet. So I feel like we had Sammy Watkins sitting on the bench, and he had, I don't know how many, 30-something points. I probably would have put him in. So I think we could probably blame Kev for not having me in as a guest member on our team.
Will, let me ask you, Will, would you have put our last round draft pick in over the receivers that we have if you were a manager of this team?
Is his name Sammy Watkins?
That was our last round pick.
Yeah, I would have put him in.
No, you wouldn't. Will Hammer, the ultimate Monday morning quarterback.
Jared, you in any fantasy leagues this season?
I'm not. I stayed out of it. I think the few times that I've tried to get involved, I'm just losing no matter what. So Moose and I, we stayed out of it this year, probably for the better. But I'm a Patriots fan, so it's some mixed emotions this weekend. You know, seeing Tom wearing those colors, that was sad. But I like what Cam Newton did. I thought Super Cam was super. So hopefully they can keep going.
A Patriots fan?
I mean, yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
It's a very convenient thing for me.
Seriously, just all East Coasters turn straight to the Patriots.
Oh my God. It's the closest thing to Maine. That's all I got. I hate the Bruins, so I mean.
It's fair.
Well, as much as it pains me, we got to give this kid some credit here. Well, first off, Will, congratulations for selling out, getting a point in the picks. You got that. I did really poorly on mine, but let's talk about the big Chicago fan in the top left corner, spotting some Cubs hat and a Tariq Cohen jersey. Kev, for the remaining moments of this episode, the floor is yours, and just go crazy, my guy.
I got to give a shout out to my boy Alec Mills. Threw a no-hitter yesterday at Wrigley North in Milwaukee. But the Bears, they counted him out. They said Mitch is trash. What happened? 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, 101 passer rating. Mitch is my guy. I said it before. I'll say it again. Mitch is my guy. Bears are going to win by 100 this weekend against the Giants.
Let me just say, your team would have lost if what's-his-face running back from Detroit would not have just caught the ball in the end zone when it was right in his hands. And then Mitch Trubisky wouldn't have been your guy today. I just want to say that.
I just want to say the Vikings would have won if they scored more points. Like, I think that's obvious, Will.
I think every team can win a football game if they score more points than the other team can.
Yeah, yeah, Mitch is my guy today, tomorrow, and for the foreseeable future.
Kirk didn't play that bad.
No, I don't think Kirk played bad. I think the Packers are really good. But, yeah, I'm changing my tone on the Packers. I don't like the Packers, but, yeah, I'm kind of buying in.
How could you sell yourself out and buy in on the Packers, Kev?
Oh, no, not buying. I'm not a fan of the Packers. Anyway, I do not support the Packers, but I think they're good football.
Giving them a little bit more credit to being a legit team this year.
I painted them as just a one-headed Aaron Rodgers is the only thing they have, and they're a good football team, I think.
Yeah, I think the Vikings definitely missed the presence of Danielle Hunter. Aaron Rodgers had all day and then some to throw the ball, and got to give credit where credit is due. Aaron Rodgers played a really good game, 364 yards with 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. But, I mean, the Vikings, they didn't refuse to give up. They kept it close all game long. But hopefully we'll have a different outcome against Indianapolis this week. Will, how do you like the Vikings' chances?
I like them on a bounce back. I think the Vikings are a good bounce back team. We're going to be ready to go this coming week. I feel like the first week of the NFL season, especially without the preseason, was just bound to be weird. I feel like there's a lot of crazy scores out there, so I'm looking for it to hone in a little bit, get back to some good football.
Well, any other final thoughts, guys, on episode 3 of the Players' Corner?
I'll be tuning in to crowd tonight.
What was that, Kev?
Sorry.
I said not much. Thanks for coming on, Jerry.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi was getting real bad there for a second. Thanks for having me, boys. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No problem. Well, that wraps it up here for the 3rd episode of the Players' Corner. Just want to remind you that it was brought to you by the SCSU Huskies app on the Google, Android, and Apple stores. Check it out, and we'll see you guys next week.